have an extra vote, but there's some special rules. If one of the other 2 people that are standing next to you are voted out of the game, your advantage upgrades to a steal a vote. And if the second person is voted out and you're still in the game without using your advantage, then it upgrades to an immunity idol.
And I thought we were in agreement that we were all going to vote Spencer. I look so suspicious right now. I was using code-words. I didn't vote the way that the rest of my alliance was voting. I hugged Mattingly. I was lying the whole time to my alliance. Things are not looking good.
Hey, it's Nate. I'm out here where the idol is hidden this season. It's right behind me. There's right there.
Max is kind of like new to the game. It seems like I don't think he understands like the rules, not the rules, but like how Survivor works.
I think I'm doing a good job of convincing people that I don't know anything about Survivor and that I'm not really taking it seriously and that I'm just there for fun.
During the first challenge, I saw Juliet pick up a block and it had a piece of paper on it, and I found out later that it is an advantage.
I think there's at least one person that's a bigger target than myself on my team, which is Juliet, because she's being corny about the hidden immunity and the advantages and stuff or whatever.
Juliet, I didn't even want to work with you. So we're just gonna blindside you when we actually have to vote somebody out.
I'm going to announce the winners of the reward challenge, and the winners with 31.8 bags was Red Tribe. All right, well, we don't have to do part 2 of the challenge because both people on White Tribe dropped out. So first, Blue, congratulations. All right, and Red, somebody come up and get this. White Tribe, I'll see you guys on Tribal Council on Thursday. Not only do we have Sunnin, Pamperin, and Zapsit from last season, we have some more new friends. Ultra Swim, Purposin, Blue Star, Benzident, and Adamia.
Like, TJ and Grace have to be fucking split up. Gonna blindside the shit. He's not gonna see it coming, and I don't want to upset him because I really like him, but it's like, it's gonna happen.
So TJ's going home.
How dare she? After I lied to her and told her I'd vote her way? How dare she go for me?
I have Grace and TJ wanting to vote with me, and I also have Riley and Spencer wanting to vote with me, so really I get to decide who goes home here.
Welcome, White Tribe, to Tribal Council number 2. 2 weeks in a row. TJ. We're tied. 2 TJ, 2 Riley, 1 vote left. The second person voted out of Survivor UTK, Riley. If you'll please bring your vote. All right, 2 challenge losses in a row. Hope you guys can pull it back next week. Oh.
What
happened?
Did you play a skill? What do you know what happened?
Why'd you get 2 votes?
Baby, we're not. Oh my god, I think Riley played the extra vote, guys. I'm scared. I can't blame you. But if you were afraid of being 4, you made yourself 4.
I'm super grateful for the opportunity. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of really cool people, and I hope to continue some of these relationships even after Survivor's over. Super grateful for the opportunity. Thanks, guys.
We're gonna go through marriage counseling and we're gonna try our best to get back together. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to do, and I'm not gonna sit and be like, oh my god, thank you so much for saving me. What? Why not? That's exactly what I want. Because I said I'd do a lot for you. Can I change my vote? You knew where I was gonna stand with you. What? You knew how I kept you. I know, but I know what you want out of this conversation. You're not gonna get it. No, I was kidding. That's not what I wanted. But we're gonna have to do what we have to do. But you know, we just cannot go back to tribal. But yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to say? Spencer?
No, I think I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
You're good? You're good. You don't want to say anything? You don't
I feel like everything's kind of been said. Now I'm just trying to do mental math on how I can try to fix this.
You know, I tried to ask you how your day was and you ignored me completely. When? This happened last night?
After we talked after the challenge.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
After we talked after the challenge.
So you didn't tell me till 3 p.m. today. Why?
Because I was debating.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'll tell the truth.
Oh my god, so number one, all that's just bullshit.
Did your name get written down?
No, by him it did.
By me,
the girl that's gone, no.
So I guess number one didn't vote you out. And who actually told you? Let's just think about that.
I mean, you're both in the call. I mean, like, you're allowed to debate it, but, like, don't then be like, oh, like, they just talked to me about this.
Well, yeah, because I thought on it.
And you're allowed to think on it.
Exactly, and I thought. And
but I asked you, and you told me that no, you didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Be honest, I don't care if you're gonna think about it.
I don't want to see that to your face. What?
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna present, like, he didn't answer my phone. That's why I'm a little upset with him. You.
I was asleep, but.
Okay,
you answered my phone.
So I backed it up. You created the group chat. You pulled us aside. You brought us.
I did not pull us aside.
Yes,
no,
you did.
So here's what happened. You want the full truth? Here's the full motherfucking truth.
Full truth. I love it.
And then you're the one that go. No.
I voted for TJ. But to pretend like this thing wasn't your idea is ludicrous.
Because it wasn't my idea.
It was your idea. You did everything. You literally created the group chat. You pulled us up. You pulled us aside.
I did not pull you aside.
You gave this whole speech. Yes. You gave this whole speech about how you were afraid of TJ and you wanted him out.
That is crazy because that's exactly what Riley said. I don't know if you're getting us confused because we're both. What?
I'm living for this. I'm having too much fun.
We're all just looking at the camera for a second.
Spencer, I cannot sit here and have you say that I.
You made all these comments about him
being
a scary gay.
Aside. That was Riley.
That was you.
That was you. No, it wasn't. I said you were a bitchy gay, not a scary gay.
That's so much better.
Wait, it's not a lie.
I stuck to the plan that you created.
I didn't make the fucking plan.
Yes, you did.
Okay, we're walking out.
We need to talk about what happened after Tribal.
I assumed it would still be Spencer at the bottom, but if it's me,
well,
it's me, I guess.
You're not at the bottom. You just need to have, we need to have a very honest conversation because when it got brought up, because obviously you blindsided Spencer with ended up voting for Riley.
Right, because
which could have
didn't vote you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't vote me. That's your own mistake. You're not getting a thank you. You're not getting anything out of me.
Ask for a thank you.
I know. You have a tone in your voice that like it just makes me chuckle. No, don't apologize. It just makes me chuckle. I'm like, this bitch wants a thank you.
And I will put that on anything. It was not my plan to vote you out. Ever. I am not the person who came up with that plan.
Jeffrey and Riley come up to me with this plan about how they want to vote out TJ. And so I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Because I'll be honest, TJ's who I'm most afraid of in this game. And my thought process was with TJ gone, I'd basically be the leader of the group, which I was all for. Then, day of the vote, Jeffrey flips on his own plan. Who flips on their own plan? But yeah, it's definitely going to be me or Jeffrey at this point. Why didn't Jeffrey just follow through with his own plan? I don't understand.
Hey, it's your boy. We're back with the Confessional. So, there's another Zoom call happening, and Nate hasn't told us who it's with, but he has hinted that it's from a newer season, so there's more of a chance I actually know who it is. But I'm excited. Nate seemed excited, so let's see.
Cool. All right. So welcome to week 3. Last night was our second tribal council, so you guys are now the top 16, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our survivor guests, so you can turn your camera on. Now welcoming Xander Hastings.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Xander's just going to talk about basically the process of Survivor, you know, some experiences, just whatever questions you guys have, you know, shouldn't be too scarce to find conversation.
Yeah, my experience was everything I could have imagined with Survivor. You know, before going out there, like the way I saw it is that Survivor is like art. You know, it takes all the elements of life that are fascinating with like human interaction, and there's so much care put into like all the little details. I'm sure Nate, after like running, you know, College Survivor, you realize like how much work goes into it. Like I love to appreciate all the work that goes out there in Fiji, and like just being out there on the beach and like, you know, feeling the sand between my toes and the stars at night. Like it was all surreal. I really wanted to go throughout the game just being like uh, my own player. I feel like something that happens a lot recently with survivors is that they're cast as super fans. So a lot of people are like, I want to play a Tony game, I want to play a Sandra game, they want to do it by the book. And you know, right or wrong, I kind of wanted to do things my own way, whatever came to my own intuition. Sometimes that led me astray, sometimes it didn't. I feel like net positive, I made it to the end, so it's like I'd say it went well, but I didn't want to play anybody else's game. I wanted to play my own game, and I definitely think it was very unique. A lot of things were unorthodox, and some people might criticize that, but I loved it. I loved every second out there. I wouldn't change a thing, and I have zero regrets.
Hi, Xander. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. What is something that you wish you would have known like on your day one?
The biggest thing that people don't realize going in is like um, the ways in which you can control your narrative. At the end of the day, like, you know, sure, a lot of people argue it's like, oh, it's not, you know, the edit hides stuff and the edit changes stuff. I mean, it's an edit by omission because you're out there for like 2 months and they can only show 40-minute segments for, you know, X many episodes, like 14 episodes. So it's not intentional. It's just that they can't fully flesh out every character and every storyline.
I have a question. So how did you prepare physically and mentally, like, to go out there?
Yeah, I did a lot of prep. I don't think anyone realizes from my season how much prep I did. I like made it my whole life for like, I mean, it was COVID, thankfully. So I really, other than online classes, which were kind of hard to focus on, I really was just doing training. So I'm an avid runner, which means that like as much as I have like endurance, I'm usually really skinny. So the first thing I did is I cut running and I started bulking. So that entire winter before, I was just working out by like lifting, doing core, no running, no cardio. And then like months before I started running again, I went back home to Florida so I could train holding my breath in the ocean, train with the Hawaiian sling, swimming training, started running again, and then I cut my diet drastically. So I starved myself before going out there so that by the time I got to the island, I would have already hit the like mental barrier of like lethargy. So or like, yeah, mental fatigue. So like most people when they're out there for like 6 days hit a brick wall and they can't think straight. But I had already hit that brick wall, so my body was already used to functioning on low calorie intake, which was great. It worked amazing. So if you guys ever go on Survivor, starve yourselves before going out there.
So what was the most like interesting thing, or like the most interesting stuff that happened off camera that like nobody knows about?
Yeah, I'd say one of my favorites was that like in terms of just comedy, I think kind of showed it in the secret scenes, but they didn't show the what really like happened for that full day. So after Evie got voted out, I was like, all right, well, now it's just me and I have people that are potential allies, but I don't have any real allies. Not that I ever did have any real allies, but it was like now I have nobody who's even like outwardly working with me, even if they're inwardly not working with me. But so Evie was gone, and I was like, all right, well, you know, it's just me, and everybody was like, you know, in the shelter together, laughing, and I was kind of in my own corner, and it sucked. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna rain hell on the tribe tomorrow. So I planted a bunch of fake idols all around the island, and that entire next day, because I left in the morning right at sunrise, I went and ran out to go like find an idol that I had planted, and I'd planted a couple for like people to like maybe just think that it was real, or for them to like wonder like what is this, and also for me to just run around and like be chaotic. but Liana and Deshaun ended up chasing me. What I didn't prepare for is that it was raining so hard that I got my fake idol and made sure that they saw that I was like trying to be like all sly, like, oh, you know, I don't want them to see that I found something. So I like stuff it in my jacket pocket. I run away. But it was so muddy from the rain that I slipped and like really wiped out. And the idol went flying and I had no idea where it went. So I had to really search for the fake idol because that one, the one that I was intending on finding, had a Yasa tree mail in it as like the, you know, clue wrapping. So if people found it, I was the last Yasa other than Liana, and you know, they would know that I was up to no good. So I was like, all right, now I actually have to find this fake idol that I planted and then lost. So every time I would like reach in the grass to like look for it, Liana would like box me out and she'd like knock me to the ground, and I'd put my, and she was like, get off of me. And I was like, I'd put my hands up and I'd be like, whoa, like I'm not doing anything here. And I'd look at the camera guys and the camera guys were like, yeah, you're fine, don't worry. Like, because I was like, am I gonna get in trouble here? Like she says I'm like, you know, like shoving her. I'm not doing anything. And I really wasn't. But you know, she's got two older brothers, so she's used to like, you know, tussling. But yeah, she would like throw me to the ground, like for real. And it was like, whoa, okay. I ended up getting the fake idol from Ricard, who knew I was looking for like an idol, and Ricard was like, hey, I found what you were looking for, don't worry, it's just a fake, Nasir must have planted it. And that really kindled Ricard and I's relationship. So it was a weird outcome, like unexpected, like I did, that was not the intention at all, but Ricard and I got really close from that point on.
I was just gonna ask if you had the opportunity to play again, would you do it?
Totally. Yeah. I think that you know, I definitely got a lot of fight left in me, and I think that I'd be underestimated again because, you know, I don't know, like I feel like the edit I got wasn't strategic, but it was like, hey, he's going really far. I'm not really sure why, but he is. so I feel like a lot of people, especially in the Survivor Reddit community, are just kind of like, oh, maybe he like stumbled into that position, which is great. You know, you never want your threat level to be really high unless I think there are like two options. If you go back, you either lean into being such a huge threat that everybody sees you as a shield, that's an option, and I've thought about that, or you just try and go in with low threat level again. It really depends. I think if I went back, I'd have to read the room on what people think of me. Do they see me as a threat, or do they see me as like this young guy who like stumbled into the end and is still like the surfer dude who doesn't know what he's doing?
Just to everybody, what would be your biggest piece of social game advice? Because we're in the early stages where everybody's still in charge of their own games. So what would be your biggest piece of advice just socially?
In finding what makes people tick, like take a journalistic approach, learn about them, find what they like about themselves, and then hold up a mirror and tell them about what they like about themselves. So like everybody's very egotistical. So if you can hold up that mirror and like shine back the best parts of them, and you know, like really be curious and genuinely like interested in what they like about themselves, then they'll associate you with them and they like them. So they're going to like you.
And this is good to hear because there's only 9 people on this call and there's still 16 people left in the game. So
yeah, yeah. So go out and use the mirroring technique. It works like a charm. Like it was so nuts because watching it back, it was like, wow, I did not realize I did that good of a job of people just like not of seeing me as invisible.
Yeah, it's kind of like a two-part question. I was just wondering, how did they like pull you away for like confessionals, and did they ever ask you like any questions that like swayed you or like made you make a decision? I don't know, kind of like.
Yeah. So they'll bring everyone over. Like they'll bring everyone throughout the day. They'll be like, hey, you know, like so and so, we want to do a confessional, that kind of thing. And they'll do it with pretty much everyone. I don't think there's ever really been a time when they don't except for post-merge when it's like tons of people, then they can't do everyone. They'll only do some people. It's a good metric of who's a part of the main narrative, you know, who's shaping the narrative, who's being the narrator. Because if you're out in a confessional for a long time, probably means you've got a lot to talk about. I was always worried about people questioning that about me because I always had a ton of advantages, and you know, like the potential to use them. So they always had to talk to me for a long time. They never swayed me in any way. It's like I was really rewarding as a fan to go out there and know that it's like so genuine. Like they're never gonna tell you to do anything. They're always gonna, you know, if anything, sometimes you're like, hey, can you like help me with this decision? I'm like so indecisive right now, but they're not gonna do it. Like they it's a complete genuine game, which is just so cool. And then, you know, they will ask open-ended questions like, oh, you know, how do you feel about this? Or like, are you like, not are you sure, but like, is that what you want to do? That kind of stuff. But they do that for everything so that it's not like, you know, targeted. Like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna play my idol tonight, are you sure? It's like they'd say, are you sure, and make you elaborate for everything, for like any kind of move you're gonna do. So it's not like you can suss out what they want.
If yes, don't say. But is there a twist or advantage that like you've thought of or come up with that you think would be good? And if you say yes, then text it to me later and I'll see if we can implement it.
Okay, yeah, all right. I know. All right, yeah. Yeah. That's solid. That's a good idea, Nate.
All right, cool.
I feel like you knew the answer to that one before you even asked it.
You
just wanted to get something from it.
That just popped in my head like a minute ago, and you know, I guess we'll see. All right. Does anyone have any questions?
Is there a secret to like actually get on the show?
Yeah, cut the cameras and tell us about casting, like right now.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll stop recording because then this video is already, it's long and I'm gonna have to edit it, so I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay, so we just got off the call with Xander, which first off, so cool. I had recently watched his season. Not gonna lie, fat crush on him, but we're not gonna talk about that. But by the end, because it was kind of long, but by the end, there were only 6 of us left. It was 3 people from the blue team and 3 people from the red team, which I also find a little bit interesting since the white team is struggling a bit. I don't know why they wouldn't try to take as much advice as they could, but he was giving us some really good advice and really good strategy, and I don't think that any of the red team people who were there, I think it was Jacob and Isabella and I think we're gonna try to keep that to ourselves. He said that that was a good plan and to be a little gatekeepy, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. I think my favorite piece of advice that he gave us was he talked about like a mirroring technique where you kind of tell people what they want to hear and they just love it. So we'll see how it goes.
Going to tribal every week is not fun. We've lost a lot of people, and the other teams do not respect us because we can't not lose. But hopefully tonight we'll change that. I just don't want to lose. We're trying. We're showing up. We're trying.
Okay, welcome to week 3. Congratulations for making it to the top 16. Before we get started, last week I told you about our sponsors, and I told you we hadn't decided on a set amount that the pot would be for the winner. And since then, we have decided on the set amount. You guys are now playing for $400. Yeah. So, does that make y'all feel even more ready to compete today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we get started, blue and red, I'm going to take both of your idols back, please.
See him a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Today you're competing for immunity, but
oh my god, no.
Only one tribe is winning immunity today. For your for your challenge, you've seen it last season. You're playing in the PRT. 1 girl and 3 guys from each tribe are going to compete. You're going to start doing as many push-ups as you possibly can, then into as long of a plank as you can hold, and then into a 1.5 mile run. The amount of push-ups you do, how long you hold the plank, and how fast you complete the run will correlate to a point system that I created. The one tribe with the most amount of points at the end will win immunity, and the other 2 will be going to tribal council. So, I'll give you guys a minute to pick who's competing, and we'll get started.
So guys, I'm really up in the air.
Okay, red tribe, which one of the girls is competing today? Alright, so it's going to be Jacob, Killian, Max, and Isabella for red. Blue tribe, which one of you girls are competing? Avery's competing, so it'll be Avery, Trey, Steve, and Tanner. And then all 4 members of white are competing. Grace, Spencer, TJ, Jeffrey. Okay, y'all ready to get started?
Yeah.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to our broadcast of the PRT Challenge number 3 for Survivor UTK Season 2. We're out here. I'm your host, Nate Menzel.
And I'm Travis Hudson.
So today they'll be competing in push-ups, planks, and a 1.5 mile run. There are 3 tribes competing, and in my opinion, there's a clear underdog. What do you think about that, Travis?
Yeah, right now it looks like the white tribe is in serious need of a pick-me-up. Unfortunately, the PRT is probably not going to be the pick-me-up that they desperately need in this game.
If I personally had to place my bets, I would bet on the blue tribe, but it seems like the rest of the crew disagrees with me on that.
Yeah, the red tribe has a clear frontrunner in Max, no pun intended on that. He has really long legs and is used to being in front of the camera. It seems like that can do him well in this challenge.
I put my bets on Steve. Now, Steve performed very well in the last challenge. He picked it up and won it for his tribe. He's looking fairly athletic, but you could also make that argument for Jacob as well on the red tribe, so who knows?
Look, I will say for my season, looks can be deceiving. I think we just really need to see who shows up for this challenge.
Not only is physicality going to matter in this challenge, I think strategy is going to play a big part.
This challenge really comes down to willpower and who strategizes the best.
And it looks like the contestants are starting to warm up, so we'll send Elizabeth down to the field to report. Elizabeth, take it away.
Thanks, Nate. I'm down here with the red tribe to get their pre-challenge interviews. Max, you're first.
Oh, snap.
How are you feeling before the PRT?
I ate a lot of Brennan's pizza about 75 minutes ago, and I've been thinking about whether or not that's staying down ever since.
That's lovely. Thank you so much.
It's not going to be lovely in about 15 minutes, but I appreciate the sentiment.
How do you think you're going to perform?
I think I'll do pretty well if it's running, because I did cross country in high school and I run like almost every day. So,
do you think you're going to beat the other tribes by a lot?
I hope so. I think it's definitely possible.
Now we're going to the white tribe. Now we're here with Grace from the white tribe. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good. As good as you can. Hoping for not last today.
Do you think you're well prepared for this challenge?
Never. But I did go to the gym yesterday for like an hour, so.
Jeffrey, how are you feeling?
I feel like this is rigged against me specifically.
Why do you say that?
This is the first challenge I can compete in, and this is probably the most physically active challenge.
I feel like I'm gonna do better than I expect me to do, if I'm being honest. But, hey, I feel pretty good, honestly.
Steve, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I was a JROTC cadet in high school. Shout out Colonel Kelly.
Shout out Colonel Kelly.
I also ran track. Shout out Mr. Dormer. And Sal Beretta.
Right.
I played bowling in high school. I'm feeling good.
That was on the bowling team. Hey.
And now, let's meet our contestants.
Jeffrey Williams, I'm a sophomore here at UT.
Grace Ludlow, Medlock Bridge Elementary.
Spencer Hudson, St. Andrews Preschool.
TJ Wall,
grad school dropout.
Avery Urquhart, East High.
Steve Gerges, Hogwarts.
Trey Poole, you're elementary.
Tanner Houston, Sky High.
Isabella Smith, Harrison High School.
Killian Lindell. Hey, what's up? Max Thompson, I've been having nightmares for weeks.
I currently have an upper respiratory infection.
Oh, Max, you got it, guys.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Isabella, you got to go lower. Grace, you got to go lower. Avery, you got to go lower.
What's up, Max?
Come on, Isabella.
Yeah, Isabella.
You got it, Avery.
Go, one more.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys.
Grace, you're out.
It's all right, Avery.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Come on, Isabella. Come on, one more, Isabella.
Let's go, Isabella.
All the way down. Yeah. Oh,
You got
you killed
this,
it.
dude.
Hey,
you're good.
just
You're
guys
good. Steve,
left.
You're good.
Yeah, Max.
Everyone's looking good. This is much more impressive than the guys last season. Most of them. Most of them. Not Griffin and Travis.
Rest up top. Rest up top a little bit. Rest up top.
Just one at a time. You got this.
Ah, the friends got me. Dang it, dude. My bad, guys. You're good, Steve. You're good.
Planking now.
You're good. You're good.
Come on, oh, good job, man.
There you go. Okay.
You
Oh, there you go. Oh, dude. Come on, you got it.
You turned into a snake for a second.
No.
All right.
Good man. Good man.
Ready?
Come on, guys. You got it.
All right. Everyone down on their elbows and hands. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Let's go, Reds.
Go blue.
All right. Everyone's looking good. Max for guys
You got it, Avery.
is 4 minutes. Max for girls is 3.
Steve, I got you. You're good. It's all right, Avery. You're good.
Stay focused.
You guys got this. Max and Isabella.
So,
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Come on, guys, you're doing great.
Keep going.
Come on, guys, you're doing great.
Isabella, don't wiggle.
Good job, Max. Good job. Good job.
I'll call you on.
Isabella.
Isabella, you're doing so good.
Yeah, let's go! That was not, I just realized that. You got this, Spencer.
Keep going, Spencer. Grace, you're Max. You're good.
Good job, Grace. Spencer, you're at 3 minutes. You got this, buddy.
No.
Hey, good try. That was a great job, man.
Good job.
Everybody else got it.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
You gotta go all the way up. Gotta go.
Trey. Jeffrey, don't touch the ground.
All right.
TJ, you gotta go lower. Jeffrey's out. Tanner, go lower.
Widen your hands if you need to.
Tanner, you're out.
It's okay. Great job.
Good job. Come on, Trey.
Let's go, Trey. You got it.
Killian, go lower.
Yeah, Trey. Keep going. Great form. Yes, Killian. Watch out. Push that
Let's go, Trey.
second. You got it, birthday boy.
Keep on breathing. You're good.
Come on, Killian.
Come on, Trey. Come on, Trey.
Good job, Trey. Keep going. You got it. You're good.
Come on, Trey. You're good, bro. You're good. You're good.
Keep going. Keep going, Trey.
They don't know me, son!
Let's go, Trey. You got it.
One more.
They don't know me, son!
One more. Yeah, one more.
Who's gonna carry the boats in the lawn?
One more again.
One more.
Let's go. You got it.
One more. One more.
Who's one more?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You got it. Let's go. Oh, you're good. Come on, guys. You got this.
Elbows on the ground. Hands don't touch, feet don't touch. Remember. 3, 2, 1, up.
Let's go, Blue.
A few moments later.
Everyone's doing good. Good job.
Good guys.
Good job, Jeffrey.
You got this. Go blue. You're doing good. Keep going. So good.
You're good. Good job, y'all.
Keep going, Killian. You got this.
Good job, Trey. Good job, Trey.
Come on, Killian. You are crushing it. Keep going. You got this. You're doing so good.
Oh, yeah.
Go, Tanner. You did so good. Good job, guys. You got it.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn.
You guys got this. Pressing for the win, but I don't think I'm that.
Well, yeah.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
You got this.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
I told you about that Brenzo. You're about to see.
You're slaying. I'm the blue tribe. Yes! Go Max, you're killing it. Woo! Yes, Killian. Yes, Jacob.
Hey, mate, does that work? Start laps?
Yeah, that's 1 lap.
Yes, Isabella. Yes, Avery. Keep running. You're doing so good.
Steve, Spencer, Trey, Max in the front, and Tanner.
Yes, Killian. Yes,
Team support. Good job, guys. Hey guys, run if you love Ultra Swim.
Woo! We all love Ultra Swim.
All right, Steve just finished lap 3, I think. That's 1 from blue, white, and red.
Yes.
And
Great job,
2
man.
blue, 1 red.
Yes. Yes, Isabella. Come on, keep going. Pick it up.
Don't let him pass you.
Steve, you just completed lap 4.
Yes.
Lap 4. Lap 3 for Isabella.
Water all over. It started raining pretty good there for a second, so.
No.
Oh well. They're gonna mute this footage anyways. What's up, guys?
They're gonna mute this footage anyways.
They are.
They're doing better than last season. Everyone, those people just finished lap 4. And they're at that time, so. I think several people are gonna max. Maybe I shouldn't have adjusted it so much.
Last one, let's go.
Oh! Hey!
Last lap. Woo! Almost done. Come on, Isabella. Woo!
You're good.
All right.
Sprint.
Okay, Steve is 10. 2 more. And all right, you're done.
You missed the best part.
That's 2. Hey! Yo! Left 22.
Oh God. Oh! Goddamn, boy.
I'm going to water.
Okay, that's 15 minutes. Everyone's done. All right. In last place with a score of 52 points, White Tribe. And last season, this challenge famously ended with a 1-point difference. And this season, season 2, was a 2-point difference. Second place got 82 points, and first place got 84. So congratulations to Red Tribe. You guys are all safe this week.
Nice.
Blue and white. I'll see y'all at Tribal Council, or two of y'all will be the next 2 people voted out.
I'm tired of this. I don't even know if we're good at surviving anymore. I just know that I'm good at cannibalizing my own tribe. And the thing is, sorry, the thing's fighting back. I'm just like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
When we first got the text that the challenge is gonna be happening at the track, I was like, we're losing again.
Damn it! Not again!
I was like, I'll do the best that I can, and you know, I feel like I did, but I knew we were gonna lose. So I don't know. You know, we went through the challenges. You know, personally, I feel like I did pretty well. You know, like first in the push-ups, first in the plank, second in the run. I was happy with my performance. You know, sucks that we finished last. You know, once again, I'm just being weighed down here. So we're gonna have to go to tribal again once we finish the challenge. Jeffrey just went home, which was probably for the best because he's who I'm trying to get out next. So I went over to talk to Grace and TJ, and I don't know what was going on with them. I don't know if they were working through like trauma, but like they were like borderline like inconsolable. Like it was weird. I was like, all right, and I was just kind of like leaning up against a golf cart, like just trying to hold it together because I was just watching them just like fall apart. And I was like, this is not a good time to laugh. But I was like, and like occasionally they just be like, I feel I did our best and we just, yeah. And I was just like, I'd pipe in, I'd be like, so we're all voting Jeffrey next week, right? You know, but yeah, this is just not a good situation to be in. I'm also just depressed because I thought this was going to be a fun thing I could do all semester, and I'm probably going to be out before spring break. So this is just fantastic.
So we've got our third tribal today. 3 in 3 weeks. We've had one every single time. And it's stressful. It certainly is. We're really dwindling. That's why we're all so scared for Thursday, because we only have 3 people left after tonight. Yeah, it never gets easier. It never gets easier. But someone's gotta do it. We gotta make it as far as we can, so.
Hey guys, Avery here from the Blue Tribe. This is my confessional for post the PRT challenge, which did not go well for me. I came in dead last for everything, which was not only embarrassing, but also very upsetting. And obviously Madison had to sit and only one girl could do it. So it was between Savannah and I. And she had said that she didn't think that she could do the running. I know she mentioned like her respiratory system. So it's kind of me by default. But I told everyone ahead of the challenge, I said, guys, if I have to do this, we will lose. Like, I will lose, which obviously brings down the team's points.
Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about my individual performance. I did way better than I thought I would in everywhere but the plank. But that doesn't matter at all because we lost. And it doesn't feel great because I went stupid in everything and it wasn't enough. We lost by 2 points. We were basically playing a 3v4 against red and we lost by 2 points. So Blue's going to tribal council for the first time and I have nothing to be worried about, I don't think. But I think Avery is shitting a pickle because you can only go so long without making appearances and not contributing, and you're not providing anything to the team. So it's going to be an easy vote for me.
Today's Monday, tribal's on Wednesday. I'm basically going in there with the assumption that I'm going home. I'm getting voted out, which I guess I understand, but at the same time, like, that's a very difficult challenge, and I did good on the first challenge, so I don't necessarily think I should go home because of that. But if we're just going off the last challenge, then yeah, sure, I was the weakest link.
I have to talk to everyone else on the tribe and see what they're thinking, but
first tribal, it should be pretty straightforward unless someone gets blindsided. And if it's me, I don't know what they're thinking because we gotta win challenges. So, not looking forward to tribal, but I have a good feeling. I know how it's gonna go. And just gotta see what happens from now until tribal.
I just got off of a call with Steve, and it went pretty good. I definitely think Steve is pretty good. And instantly after the challenge happened, Steve came up to me and was like, "We gotta talk." So, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you everything, honestly, because you're the one I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm closest with you by far. Not by far, by far. Honestly. anyway. Even whatever.
It went pretty good. Anyway, peace. Blue Tribe strong.
I was just telling Trey before you got here that it was feeling like a 3v4. Like we're competing with basically 3 people against everyone else.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess, but it doesn't feel good saying it. And
it doesn't. That's what sucked about winning those first 2 challenges, that we got so close.
That's what I've been thinking about the whole time, because I was like, we're kind of just cruising along, and then just now we got to vote someone off.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm like leaning towards Avery.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I don't know who else.
So the night after the PRT, Trey called me, and he told me that he had been in a group chat with Steve and Tanner, and they were on a Zoom meeting, and Steve and Tanner basically said that it was an obvious vote to vote for me based off how the challenge went.
Well, I come bearing what I hope is good news. I really don't think you should be voted out. Everyone did their best. Everyone tried. What I did hear is, so I was invited to a Zoom meeting with Steve and Tanner. And they basically joined and said, it's pretty obvious who goes. And I implored them to, give reasoning.
Yeah.
Their reasons weren't good.
For me?
Yeah. They both said you.
Yeah.
So
I expected that.
But Trey told me that he did not want to vote for me because he thought that we all did our best in the challenge and that I was a good person, and he just didn't think that was a good reason to vote me out.
I think we can turn it. Tanner has been searching for the idol on his own.
Interesting.
He admitted himself that earlier when we were searching for the idol as a group. Savannah and I both kind of side-eyed him, and we discussed why he would just blurt that out.
Right.
I'll just say that I think we can get Savannah, and it sounds like Madison, to also get Tanner out.
So go for Tanner?
I think, well, obviously he's got his own motives, searching behind our back, very nonchalant about kicking people.
Instead, he told me he wanted to vote Tanner because I guess Tanner had made a comment that he had been off idol hunting on his own, and Trey did not like that he was like kind of playing like with selfish motives, I guess. So Trey told me that, and I was obviously very happy because that means Trey wasn't voting for me. So the next day I went to talk to Savannah.
Basically, I wanted to ask you, and you can be straight up with me because I know I sucked at the last challenge. You did. Are you gonna vote me out? No. Oh, plot twist. Okay, so, have you talked to like Steve or Tanner? Not really. Okay, so here's the deal. They're gonna vote me out. I know that for sure. We basically just established that Savannah doesn't want to vote me out, which is really nice because I sucked. And I know Steve and Tanner, you guys are coming for me. I don't appreciate it.
So then I told her about Trey and I's conversation.
Trey called me and he's like, they're gonna vote you out. And I'm like, well, that's nice. And he's like, I don't want to vote you out. He's like, I would be fine with voting Tanner. And here's what I'm suggesting. I feel so bad because he was so nice telling me that they were gonna vote me out. If you want to vote Trey, and this is solely Trey, if you're watching this is save my own ass. If you want to vote Trey, I'll vote Trey. Madison will vote Trey. And then I'm gonna tell Trey that we're gonna vote for Tanner.
So his vote basically gets thrown out. Yeah. And then Steve and Tanner vote for me. So that way Trey goes by 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
And if, like, because if you want to vote Trey, I'm game with voting him. Okay. Like, I think he did good in the last challenge, but nothing personal, Trey. It's really just a ditch effort. I knew that he was on the chopping block eventually, just the way that the group was. I feel like such a bitch.
You are like a terrible person.
So sorry, Trey.
And then came up with the idea that I'll vote Trey. We'll hopefully get Madison to vote Trey. That way, whether Steve and Tanner vote for me or not, it'll be 3 on Trey. Steve and Tanner will have 2 on me, and Trey will still vote for Tanner because I'll tell him that I got the girls to flip even though we didn't. So that was kind of the plan. And then Sav and I agreed on that. And then I talked to Madison later on in the day.
Hey.
Howdy. I think that circumstances, I mean, I think at first you may have been in danger, but I think now circumstances have changed. Trey contacted me and showed his hand really early. He contacted me wanting to vote out Tanner.
I don't know. I feel like he's very smart, and that could be something to look out if we keep him.
Yeah. No, I agree with that completely. And I disagree very strongly with what was in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's a great idea. I disagreed with that. I disagreed with his reasoning. He said that, oh, Tanner was off idol hunting alone in the library, when in reality, I think the situation was a lot less intense and dramatic than that. I think he just like happened to be there and was wandering around. Like, you know, I don't think that there was any sort of ill intent or malicious intent there at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't love the divisive nature of that. And that's, I mean, I don't like the way Trey plays the game.
I have an idea. Okay, well, let's go ahead and I'm going to cover my bases because I wasn't there. I very well could be the target. So I proposed an alliance of Tanner, Steve, and Savannah and myself. So over the course of this week, I've talked to everybody individually. First I talked to Savannah to talk about our little Core 4 alliance.
So I think two of us, final 2, yes, because, like, I'm saying this now, I'm going to be fully transparent. One thing about me, I'm loyal. Like, I don't do any of that drama. Like,
why don't we, I'm going to see if I can't Zoom with Tanner later on in the day. Let me confirm him.
And she thought it was a great idea. And then I talked to Steve, and he also agreed. And then I talked to Tanner, who really, really, really wanted to get Avery out.
Why? I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like this vote's got to be Avery.
I immediately turned around and told Tanner Trey's plan. I'm not playing games. Nah, we're not doing that.
I mean,
so what I don't know is Avery or Trey.
Yeah, that's now that this whole Trey thing's coming out.
So Trey is actively campaigning against you. He wants you out.
Yeah.
So I think we should figure out how to deal with that. Does that mean that we get him out first?
It took a little convincing, but
I agree, because I feel like an attitude like that would be likely when the merge comes, he'd be likely to switch.
I say we go for Trey.
The thing, I just don't know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Play here.
I don't know that we should keep that around.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, and this is something that I've discussed ad nauseum with Savannah and Steve both. You, me, Steve, and Savannah would make a killer Final Four and be like an unstoppable alliance.
That's honestly the exact people I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't even flop it out.
Well, how about I set up a meeting with, I mentioned calling it the Core 4.
Yeah.
I want it to stick because I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'll set up a meeting with the core 4. I'll set up a group chat too. And then we can actually get down to brass tacks and make a decision on who we're going to get out.
You know, you think you know someone. You think you know where their loyalties are. But then, apparently, this thing comes out about Trey trying to get me out this early in the game. Are you trying to make a move when I at least thought there was a clear vote? I don't know if that's gonna be able to slide. You know.
All right. Tell me.
Hello. Hello, we're Blue Tribe. Yes. Tanner, Trey. Not Trey. Restart the video. We were talking about Trey. We were talking about Trey. Blue Tribe, Steve and Trey.
Okay, you're good.
Tanner and Steve from Blue Tribe.
Yeah.
We are idol hunting.
Yeah. We've looked at all the places.
Not all the places, apparently. Because we have not found an idol.
Well, someone's already found it. I'll be very sad.
Yeah. I like hang from this tree.
Just, yeah, go across the, oh God. If that breaks, you're dead.
Monkey! Oh no!
Shit.
So,
Steve.
Steve, have you heard from Trey?
I have not heard from Trey.
You've not heard from Trey? Well, I don't know if this is a little too much information, but apparently in my call with Madison, she said that Trey's been trying to get me out. Trey's been campaigning to vote for me.
To Madison?
To everyone else.
Okay.
But I think Madison is very strong in the us, Savannah, and her.
I have an idea now. And I was thinking about this, then I was like, I'm not sure how everyone feels about Trey. But then if this is true...
But here's the thing, if this is true, this is not someone you want in the merge.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Oh!
We're talking about a meeting we're gonna have.
We're gonna have a meeting with the core
Madison
4 that Madison's name. With us, Madison, Savannah.
They don't know we're idol hunting.
They don't know.
So we're gonna separate before the call.
And we should strategic. He's going outside.
Yeah.
Probably being here. But we were talking about how I thought I was close with Trey, but apparently he's trying to get me out.
And so I didn't know that. And the fact that he's trying to get Tanner out makes me think, if we can get Trey out, Avery's already scared.
Yeah.
So she's just basically a pawn at this point.
Yeah.
And we could get her out whenever.
Yeah, we can get her out whenever.
But when it comes to people that you think you can get out whenever, they usually end up going pretty far.
That's not true. Still, even though I don't think Avery can win this whole I mean, so yeah, I mean, we got the meeting coming up. We'll learn some more.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah. So we got the core 4 here.
Core 4.
Core 4. The blue core 4. And we're discussing who we're going to vote out on this next tribal. And judging from some new revelations about Trey trying to get me out, we're thinking maybe we get Trey out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's clear Avery wants to keep playing. Like, she wants to be here. And, you know, if Trey's already trying.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, obviously. But if it's clear Trey's already trying this stuff, maybe we let Avery.
It's too early. It's too early for that.
And I'm very confident in our core 4.
Oh yeah.
Just keep trucking along, push through to the end. Hopefully we only have to do or one more tribal until the merge.
So I know that first tribals aren't easy. I did not anticipate that being this difficult. As it stands right now, I'm part of the Core 4 Alliance with Steve, Tanner, Savannah, and myself. We'll see how tribal goes tonight. Both Trey and Avery have reached out to me and have said, hey, if it's me on the chopping block, I want to know. I want you to tell me. And obviously I can't do that. That would
completely mess everything up. So we are just gonna keep it moving and hope for the best.
Hey guys, to get a little driving POV, because I'm actually going to the tribal right now. I'm running a little late, not even gonna lie, but I just hope we're making the right decision. Hopefully I'm not going home, and if I am, oh well, that's sad, but I don't think I'm going home unless there's an idle play or unless they've really tricked me. So yeah, I feel pretty confident.
So we've been walking for a while now. By we've, I mean I. And I decided to come ask my best friend if he knew where the immunity idol is. So say hello to the torchbearer. He's my bestie. We go way back. So, oh my god, I found it. Is that the hidden immunity idol? But, yeah, he was actually talking to me when I was walking over here. He was screaming. He was really loud, actually. But he said that if you send this video to Nate, he'll find it funny, and he'll give everyone a new hint on where the idol is. And I said, Mr. Torchbearer, you're right, because Nate would never disrespect you, because you are a legend. So, for Mr. Torchbearer, he says hello. And if you want to know how I know this, it's because I'm the Torch Whisperer. I don't know why you're questioning me. So I'm guessing he trusts me and not you. So maybe you should just give us that hint already. What can I say?
So we have tribal in literally like 20 minutes, and we have not yet decided who we're voting out. It is currently between Spencer and Jeff, and I don't know. It'll be somebody. Hopefully not me. But it's very stressful, because usually we have our things ready, we know the plan, everything's happening. This is not it. This is very stressful. I don't like being the bad guy, but I'm not going home, so it's gotta be someone else. So I'll see you at the tribal.
But literally in the library at tribal council, we cannot decide whether to vote for Jeffrey or Spencer. So
coin flip? That's what
Spencer heads, Jeffrey tails. Flip a coin.
Welcome to Tribal Council number 3, White Tribe. I'm sorry to see you guys here again, so let's start it off with some questions. So you guys have spent pretty much twice the amount of time together as everybody else. Within challenges, they've spent time together, but you guys have had challenges and tribal councils. So do you think that if 3 of you were to make it to a merge or a swap or something, that would put a target on your backs because you would seem to be closer than everyone else?
Yeah.
I think that would put a target, and then also...
Like we're like seem weaker? Just because
I don't think we're going to be seen as weaker. I think it's going to be like
fine.
we've gone to 3 tribals and we're still here. And I think that's where don't think you're going to see seen as weak. I think it's going to be like, how are they still here? Why are they still here? They're close through.
So, Jeffrey, I just noticed your Sunday hat. I love it. Did you think coming into this season that this would even be a possibility of losing these challenges?
Not really, no. I mean, you never want to come in and lose the first 3 challenges, but I mean, it's just what's happened so far. We gotta roll with the punches.
TJ, so with only 4 people voting in this tribal council, what are the chances that it's a 2-2 tie and we go to Rocks?
That's something that I'm like seriously considering as a possibility. And the thing is like everyone's saying that like nobody talked this weekend and it was like a very chill weekend, but like no one told me until the last minute that my name was getting written down last tribal, so I really don't know anything.
So Spencer,
yeah,
let's say, and I don't want to put this out there, but you know it's a possibility. Let's say after this tribal council you lose the next challenge. Yeah. Would you feel safe at the next tribal council?
I don't think you can ever feel safe. I feel scared. I felt scared each time we've done this.
Well, do you think for sure that you would be going at the next one?
Well, you know, I'm hoping that next challenge we get divided into 2 groups of 7, because I feel that would really make the game a lot better.
All right, Grace. So tell me your plan to ensure that you at least make it to the merge.
Listen, Nate, I haven't really thought that, but I'll be honest. Do my best and make it to the merge.
And hope. Fingers crossed.
That's what I've been doing so far.
I mean, it's gotten you through 2 tribals at least. And with that, it's time to vote. Spencer, you're up first. Take the box.
Yeah, you know, it's probably going to be you this week, me next week, but it could be flip-flopped, so I don't know.
He was a great competitor, and he was so much fun to like work with, but someone had to go. It's heartbreaking, but had to happen.
Nate's parents had to get divorced, and I was determined to get custody.
Wait, okay, so y'all did a coin toss?
I've been told that it was a coin toss, which that's always fun, but maybe they were lying, so sorry, Spencer.
I'll go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote, Jeffrey. Spencer. That's 1 Jeffrey, 1 Spencer. Jeffrey. That's 2 Jeffrey, 1 Spencer, 1 vote left. The 3rd person voted out a Survivor UTK. Jeffrey. Jeffrey, if you'll bring me your buff. Travis spoken. Guys. Tribe down to 3. I hope you guys can pull this back. You need a challenge win or a miracle. Good luck.
In the end, it was a coin toss that got me, so I guess that's pretty iconic for me. I campaigned the best I could, and I got a phone call from them earlier saying they were going to keep me, but then once I got here, they told me a coin toss decided it all, so I guess it just happens like that.
Alright, welcome Blue Tribe to Tribal Council. This is number 4, but number 1 for y'all, so good job on that streak. Unfortunately, it came to an end. So, Steve, you're first. In the first few weeks, was there really any gameplay up until y'all lost the challenge? Or like, did it all start right after the challenge, or was there strategy before that?
I don't think there was much strategy those first few weeks, because we were winning and we were just getting to know each other, kind of getting to know each other's strengths. And up until that loss, we had never really had to think about who would go first or...
And you didn't think about it at all?
No. I'm the only person that's competed in all 3 challenges, so it feels weird to say anything related to finding people's strengths, because not everyone's been able to prove themselves just yet, so...
So, Madison, so a lot of this game is either over Zooms or FaceTimes, and a ton of it is over text. So has that made it like harder than you anticipated to have to play this game over text?
Well, I think there's a lot of reading between the lines that has to happen, especially if it's over text. I think that there's a lot of nuances to the way the game is played as far as interacting with each other over text, not being able to see face to face. It's a lot easier to lie over text. you know. So I think Zoom makes that a little bit more difficult, but I mean, it's still, you're not in person, you're not face to face. It makes things more challenging.
Steve was talking earlier about how he's competed in all of the challenges. So has challenge performance come up at all as a reason to vote somebody out?
Yes. A little bit. Like, I think, at least in my case, like, I haven't competed in the last 2 challenges, but I've shown up for my team in other ways. So I think it's not just challenges that allow you to prove yourself to the team.
Yeah, because not only have there been the immunity challenges, but there was the trash challenge that was purely effort-based. I think that's an easy one where you can prove yourself. And speaking of, so Avery, the first week or so from the first immunity challenge to the second immunity challenge, you were gone. You were on a trip, and you pretty much missed the entirety of the trash challenge. Do you think that's affected you?
I mean, I'm sure it has. Like, they grew really close when I was gone, but at the same time, I wasn't just like gone by choice. I was working the Super Bowl, so like I really couldn't be here. But I tried to stay in contact with them as much as possible. But I'm sure like they formed closer bonds while I was gone, which sucks, but it is what it is.
I saw a picture of you with Jake from State Farm.
Love that man. Yeah, he's great.
He's cool?
Yeah, he's so cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, they released an article about me today with him. That was the only picture they put.
Really?
Yeah.
Send
me up, cci.com. I will. I will. Yeah, no, he's really nice, guys.
That's awesome.
We were twinning, so.
All right, Trey. So how much more difficult has this game become since y'all lost the challenge?
Super difficult for me personally. I'm not. I probably should have watched Survivor before I'd done this because just the behind the back and like having to talking to people over Zoom, it makes it harder to get a read, but for sure it's made it hard for me just because it's not really my style.
Yeah. All right, Tanner. Straight up question, yes or no. Do you think tonight's vote will be a blindside?
I'd say no. Do you want me to explain?
I would love for you to explain.
I think that the person that's going home today will have like an inkling. They've done stuff, maybe weren't active in some, or just like, I feel like they'll know that, maybe they'll know what they did, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Nate?
Does anyone think that he's talking about you? So it could be anybody. So my last question I had was, after that question, raise your hand if you feel even somewhat confident that it's not you going home tonight. Tanner, even after that?
I mean, you never really know in Survivor UTK, but
Well, with that, it is time to vote. Steve, you're up first.
You shouldn't have went for Tanner.
It's not much personal. It really sucks. They were pretty cool, but just in the off game, they did some things where you kind of figured out they're going to be a problem later, so might as well get it now.
You know, I don't know if this is the right call, but it's what I'm going for. You're trying to get me out, and you know, I feel like that's not the move to make this early in the game.
Sorry, you're not expecting this, but I need to save myself, and I didn't want it to be a three-way tie, so this is what we're gonna do.
Sorry.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Trey. Tanner. That's one Trey, one Tanner. Trey. That's two Trey, one Tanner. Trey. That's three Trey, one Tanner. The fourth person voted out of Survivor UTK, Trey. Trey, that's 4, that's enough. If you'll bring me your buff, please. Tribe spoken. All right, first vote after 2 back-to-back challenge wins. First vote is never easy, but y'all made it through. See y'all in the next challenge.
Well, it was a blindside, that's for sure. I thought everyone was kind of on board to go with Tanner. Maybe I overplayed my hand. I guess maybe people just didn't like that, and that's fine. I'm not big on the whole deception, everything, and maybe that was me being deceptive, but I was stressing all week, I couldn't do it. So, not big on dishonesty. That's what the game brings out, and it was fun, so I appreciate that.
That's about all I got.
Here we have Survivor host Nathan Menzel.
Host Tribal Council 3. Tomorrow we have Blue Tribe. And then after that, the next day, we have a challenge. So 3 days in a row this week. There's the... This episode of Survivor is sponsored by Pamperin. I don't take Pamperin personally, but here. We're pulling Grace.
Periods suck. Make them suck a little less.
Okay. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time.
Look at the wall! Was it Madison? Is there someone back there?
It's like Trey said earlier, I looked up and Madison and Steve were like...
Because you're looking at me!
Okay. Oh, I don't think we've ever had this much trouble.
Oh, it's just we're having fun.
Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision.
I looked away!
Looking away and laughing doesn't make
Should we just take 5?
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is gonna have to be.
This is Indian, please.
Oh my god. Oh.
Good blueberry.
Okay. Oh my god. This is so tough.
Are we rolling?
Oh, shit. I'm gonna put the whole thing in my.
I don't have a hair.
Dude.
This is Yeah, we do. Your performance for this company, quite frankly, has been abysmal.
That is bullshit.
Don't you use that tone with me, mister. You're the one sitting in my office, and you're not going to talk to me like that.
So we're gonna go ahead and I don't know what we're gonna do. Holy shit. Don't add that in there. Leave that out. That's terrible. I can't fucking gather my thoughts. Anyway, alright. It's been real, and I will fucking shit. God. It's been real. I'll see you guys later.